Hey there everyone, it's Scott once again and welcome to another video. This time I'm going to be talking about the upcoming Cowboys versus Jets game. Cowboys travel to New York to take on the New York Jets. They're 0-5 I believe. Um, yeah. Uh, here's what I know about this game or the Jets team. I know that apparently they have loads of injuries even though they are getting back Sam Darnold, who is highly touted as their franchise quarterback. But even then, he hasn't looked impressive in the starts that he had, and he'd been out for a good while because of mono, and he was clear to play this game pretty much. So the one thing they do have on offense, the Jets, is Le'Veon Bell, who used to play with the Steelers, but now he's with the Jets. I believe he held out all throughout last year when he was still with the Steelers because he was franchised and he wanted a new contract, and so eventually he got traded to the Jets. I think either he was traded or he signed with them. I don't remember, so I don't really follow. Anyway, so I said he's pretty much their one threat on the offense. Hell, even the tight end that supposedly was coming back, I think, got injured, and he's not going to be playing. I heard that on the my Cowboys family live stream. So yeah, and they're missing one of their star linebackers, C.J. Mosley. He's out for this game. Um, they're missing some people. It would look like this is going to be a pretty convincing win, maybe a blowout. But the way we've been playing, I wouldn't be surprised if this was going to be close, or we may lose this game. Because I've talked about the Jets' injuries. Here are our injuries. I know that I just read that Lyle Collins will definitely be out. Smith is a question mark. He's supposedly going to slightly play, but honestly, I'd save him until maybe next week and see if he can play that game. So yeah. I'd wait for that. I mean, I think the Jets have maybe one decent player on the defensive line, some guy named Williams, I don't remember, but other than that, they really don't have much of anything. Well, they have Jamal Adams, who I wouldn't have minded if we traded for, even though from what I've read, he's not a Cowboy fan. I wouldn't mind having him as our strong safety, but I doubt that's going to be happening. So, anyways, back on the Cowboys injury front, we do know this. Antoine Woods will be back on the defense. Now, to be honest, I don't know if he's going to make that much of a difference in stopping the run because Green Bay ran all over us. Antoine Woods wasn't playing in that game, but I don't really see how one player like that's going to make a huge difference. It might make a difference in some, occasional run plays and whatnot, but I don't know if he's going to really make that huge of a difference because we didn't get a really good run plugger for our defense. I mean, Covington might be okay, but he's the rotational player at best. So yeah. And on offense, it depends on who's going to be starting that line. If they put Cam Fleming back at his right tackle position, he might be okay at that. But if they put him at left tackle, he's not really good at that position. Maybe against defensive linemen that aren't that good, but against defensive linemen that are good, that's a different story right there. Unless if he was playing his more natural right tackle position, like I said earlier, you put him in there, I think he might be okay. But other than that, I don't know what. Because here's the thing about this Cowboys team in general. I feel like we have no identity, and that's what Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980 has said. We have no identity. We don't know what we are. Are we really a good football team, or the typical inconsistent football team that we always were back when Garrett was, also the play caller when we were 8-8 in those first 3 seasons. So yeah. I honestly don't know what to expect from this game. If we lose, this could be the trickling down domino effect of how we perform the next next games from here on out. Because we got the Eagles, and they're going to be wanting that division for sure. You can bet on that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to win against the Vikings, or if it was maybe the other way around. But either way you slice it, the Eagles will be gearing up to play us. They might be overlooking the Vikings for all we know, so yeah. But anywho, if we do win, it could be by 10 points, but if we make it close, it could be by 3, but if we somehow manage to lose this game, it will probably be a very ugly game, and I wouldn't be surprised about that. Because I really don't know which Cowboy team is going to show up. For all we know, if we do blow them out, and if we win in a very convincing fashion, that still wouldn't convince me that we're a good team. Talk to me again when we start to beat the Eagles. Then I'll be convinced that, if we win the next 2 games, we might actually be a good team. If we don't win any of these games, if we only win one of them, then there's your answer right there. At best, we're an inconsistent football team. I hate saying this, but the coaching staff in general does not know how to utilize its talent to the way it should be. It doesn't know how to utilize the talent to their standards. There you go. I don't think it knows how. Maybe Chris Richard could be the motivator, but I still don't know about the play calling that he does. I don't know if he's just going off of what Marinelli recommends or what Chris Richard is going off. Who really knows? Because we only have 1 interception in these first 5 games. And we have a fair amount of sacks, but we don't really seem to pressure a whole lot. We don't seem to exploit the weaknesses like we should, especially on offense as well, too. We get away from what's working, and this is what reminds me of how it was back in the day when Garrett was, the play caller besides the head coach. So I don't know. I have no idea what kind of Cowboy team is going to show up in this game. I really don't. Even if we, like I said before, if we do win in convincing fashion, yahoo. When we face the Eagles and we beat them, I'll say that we are, and talk to me if we are really that good of a team. Because I like to believe so, but who knows? We'll definitely get our answer in these first few games, the Jets and the Eagles. That will definitely be our answer in the foreseeable future this season. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Expect a review of Rambo, the 4th film, hopefully today. That's what I'm hoping to do. At least when I watch the film, maybe I'll give my thoughts on it right before I watch the Cowboys and Jets game. You'll definitely hear my thoughts on this for sure. And then hopefully maybe today, maybe I'll finally give my review on Last Blood, which is probably going to be the weakest one of the franchise. So yeah. Anywho, take care, my lovely subscribers. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And for all my current ones, hopefully you keep liking what I bring. And if the new ones who just joined, hopefully you keep liking the stuff that I keep bringing you. And I'll continue to grind and make videos to the best of my ability. Okay, later.